Here we read, the 4 fastest 4th graders at Logan Elementary raced each other in a 50-yard dash. You couldn't see the finish, but you overheard the following comments. Anna finished ahead of Ron. Ron didn't finish last. Ed finished ahead of Carl. Nobody tied with anybody else. List 2 possible orders for the runners at the finish of the race. Explain how there can be more than one correct answer. So let's begin, as always, by highlighting the key information. And here the key information is in the comments by the runners after the race. Anna finished ahead of Ron. Ron didn't finish last. Ed finished ahead of Carl. And nobody tied with anybody else. So this is interesting. So let's make a little chart. We're going to have first place, second place, third place, and fourth place. Let's see what we can figure out from reading kind of the clues for this puzzle. So here we have Anna finished ahead of Ron. So right away, and then a key part here, let's keep coming back to this, is nobody tied with anybody else. So if Anna finished ahead of Ron, let's see, then we've either got Anna first and Ron second, or Anna first and Ron third, or Anna first and Ron last. This is just going from the first clue, or Anna second and Ron third, or Anna second and Ron fourth, or Anna, let's see, third and Ron fourth. But then we read the second clue, Ron didn't finish last. Well, this one here, Anna first and Ron last, that's impossible. So let's cross it out. And then this one here, Anna second and Ron fourth, that's impossible. And then this one here, Anna third and Ron fourth, that's impossible too. So we're down to, with just the first 2 clues, these 3 possibilities. Now let's go to this one. Ed finished ahead of Carl. Well, let me do this in a slightly different color. This is going to be Ed finishing ahead of Carl. So let's see. It could either be Ed finishing ahead of Carl like this, and so that's one possibility, or Ed finishing ahead of Carl like this. And notice I'm making use of the fact here that nobody tied with anybody else. Or, let's see, Ed finishing ahead of Carl, because nowhere in here does it say anything about what any kind of comparison between Anna and Ron and then Ed and Carl. So that's how we're able to fit in Ed and Carl in all 3 of these places, as long as we position Ed ahead of Carl, which we've done. So this is interesting. Given that information, there are 3 possible orders for the runners at the finish of the race. And basically, we just need to have 2 of these. So 2 possible orders are, so the first possible order is Anna, Ron, E for Ed, and C for Carl. That's 1. And then a second would be, and we can choose any 2 of these 3. We could have Ed first, and then Anna, and then Ron, and then Carl. And now we need to come up with an explanation of how there can be more than one correct answer. Basically, the problem, the reason we're not able to determine what the correct answer is, or I should say how there can be more than So the explanation for how there can be more than one correct answer basically boils down to this. Notice how it's the position that Ed can be in, and we don't know whether he comes in first, second, or third place. So we're not given enough information to determine what place Ed comes in, and that makes it so that there can be more than one correct answer.